Favorite comic book artist?
Alex Ross, I guess.
Okay.
Or no. Well, I mean, no. Alex Ross is great, but okay, I know who my all-time favorite is. John Severin. Do you know who that is?
No.
He did a lot of like old cowboy comics in the 50s or so. But then he went and drew for Cracked magazine.
Okay.
And like you would recognize his work right away if you saw it.
Right.
And it's so good and so like, especially when he'd do movie parodies and stuff, he would get the likenesses just perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
But then and he's one of those names that you never really, it doesn't really come up very much, but people recognize his work right away. And yeah, so I'd say John Severin.
All right. I'm gonna go with Sam Keith. Sam Keith.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. There's something about his art that it's very rough in a lot of ways, and I think that's actually what attracts me to it. Is it's in a lot of ways it's like beautiful, but it's sketched, and there's this weird mix of this feeling of being slightly unfinished, and a lot of his characters have always seemed that way. I mean, when you look at like the Max, and you look at even the one-off Legs or Zero Girl or all of this, there's always this feeling of these characters being unfinished people and that type of thing, and I think that the art really does reflect that in a lot of ways. So I've always found that sort of, has always kind of tweaked me whenever it's like, it's Sam Keith, and you can always see Sam Keith's art whenever you pick up a book or something like that. It's like, all right, that's Sam Keith, isn't it? And it's like, yeah, that's Sam Keith. All right, last question on our Geek quiz, or I forget what they call it, the Geek questionnaire, let's say. Geek questionnaire, we did favorite artist, favorite writer, comic book writer.
I was going to say Alan Moore, but that's like, everybody says Alan Moore. So
We're only disqualifying Alan Moore because
he's
we know
awesome. That's like saying
he's awesome, but it's also because we know that if we put him on the list, Alan Moore would automatically hate us. For that matter, Warren Ellis would probably hate us too, but he probably already hates us because he just hates everyone, doesn't he?
I'm gonna pull another unknown out, and I'm gonna say Chuck Dixon.
That's not an unknown. You
Well,
expect Chuck Dixon to be unknown?
Not unknown, but it's not. It's like, even my mom knows who Alan Moore is, but
Okay, but Alan Moore wrote a book that's on like Time's best books of all time type things. Yeah. Chuck Dixon, if you read comic books for more than 10 years, or frankly, I've only read it for like 10 years, so you know. But tell us
specifically his Punisher stuff. His run on Warzone was so good. Oh, I love it. And he wrote a story one time called A Man Named Frank, which was the Punisher story,
one of your favorite stories.
but done in a Western setting. Oh, I love it. And he did a really good What If that was about what if the Punisher had killed Spider-Man.
Right, because if for those who don't know, the first cover of Punisher was Punisher and the scope of a gun being trained on Spider-Man. And this was the original introduction.
That was
of the
his
Punisher
introduction.
character.
Yeah, he was hired to kill.
He was hired to kill Spider-Man. So yeah, it was a what if he actually had killed the Spider-Man character.
Yeah.
So for writers, I'm very, very torn on this one. My favorite comic book series of all time is Transmetropolitan, which means it's Warren Ellis.
Yeah, so good.
So there's that. But at the same token, I'm really torn between Jeff Johns, who's doing like this amazing job on Superman, who's like my diehard first character, and then someone like Ed Brubaker, who's an amazing writer on Daredevil and pretty much everything else he's touching, and he did some amazing work at DC. So I'm really torn between the two, and I think if I have to choose between the two, I'll choose Jeff Johns because he's doing a lot of stuff with Superman. And Green Lantern, who's kind of like been sneaking into my world because of the work Johns has been doing. There are amazing comic book writers that obviously are out there, but whatever book Jeff Johns kind of starts to go work on, I'll probably end up following slightly afterwards, I think. It's like, oh, Jeff Johns, all right, go throw that in my bin as well to collect. All right, fine. Anyways, that is our first episode of the Geek Side. Hopefully cut down to a reasonable time length or something.
I don't know. I think we're already at 20 minutes. We're double our...
Oh, God, we double our time. But we hope you enjoyed.
I did.
Yeah, we definitely did, but that's also because we're half bombed. But we hope you enjoy. We hope you tune in. Check out thegeekside.net for our random comments and stuff like that. We'll be posting stuff to YouTube as well of our videos, and we hope you enjoy. And like I said, part of this is it's a geek community, and we'd like you guys to, let us know what you think. If you want to record yourself giving answers to our Geek Questionnaire, the Geek Questionnaire is available on thegeekside.net, so just go and either you can post a response there in words, or if you've got a video camera, or, at this point, I think every single laptop comes with a little webcam or something like that. If you got a webcam and you want to record yourself and post that in reply, please do so. Pete, you got anything to say?
Or cell phones have cameras in them.
Yeah, cell phones have cameras, so if you want to record yourself on your cell phone, except if you have an iPhone. No iPhone video. I'm adamantly... No, I'm not against iPhone video.
You don't like M4V?
I love M4V. I just like H.264 more. Alright, so yeah, that was enough geek there. Alright, I think that's it for this week. Until next week and the continuation of our debate, keep reading.